Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the A&R NASCAR Cup Series Season 2. We are here at Darlington Motor Speedway for the official throwback weekend of NASCAR. These 26 drivers have been paired up together. Last week's video of qualifying Mach 2 Easter egg, and the billboard has gone out. Ignoring both of those things, these 26 drivers are going to be battling up against each other here at Darlington Motor Speedway. Three legendary drivers are rooting for the driver that are sporting their number. The Ghost of Dale Earnhardt is rooting for Austin Dillon, there he is, to get another victory here at Darlington. If you haven't seen last season, Austin Dillon was the winner here at Darlington. Jeff Gordon is here in his Gen 4 car. I think the egg just flew over in that direction, where William Byron, which is over here, is driving a Rainbow Warrior paint scheme. And then Mark Martin is here rooting for the pole sitter of Trevor Bayne, driving the number 6 Advocare. If you haven't seen any previous videos this season, the worst qualifying driver gets eliminated from ever participating in said race and gets last place points. This time it was Martin Truex Jr. In fact, he only got lucky because Casey Kane actually clocked a time. In fact, 11 out of the 27 drivers did not clock a time. They either were too slow to register a time on the gate, or they flew over in that direction, which more often the latter. But other than that, Martin Truex Jr. was one of the people that wrecked out. In fact, he went underneath the A&R NASCAR sign, and he has been eliminated from participating in this race. The base car and Matt DiBenedetto are here to show you the track. So, it starts from a 2-lane gravity booster, or a gravity starter, goes down 2 lanes side by side, and then they line up. Well, the outside lane, or I guess the inside lane, dips down a bit more. That doesn't affect anything. And then they go into 2 180s that actually cross past each other, and then they go across to the victory. Matt DiBenedetto, which actually we noticed something. It says Corvette parts on the side of the car, yet he's driving a Ford Fusion. Not sure why they put Corvette parts, which is made by Chevy, if you didn't know, on a Ford. In fact, Chevy is in NASCAR. Just take these two, both Camaros. Not sure. Plus, the pace car is a Chevy Camaro. But other than that, let's rate them. I would like to point out I was not expecting that to happen, and that was very violent. Well, that goes to show what was happening in qualifying, for DiBenedetto at least. Pace car just did its own thing.
Our first couple is Trevor Bayne and Jimmy Johnson. Now, the track has been revised because we were on the top shelf, now we're on the bottom shelf, because cars were going too fast and they were flying off into the ditch. Now it's 1 lane lower and the cars run better. So, Jimmy Johnson, who's in a must-win situation, Trevor Bayne, who will not be participating in the playoffs because it's a part-time ride with Matt Kenseth. He's just racing to have fun, basically. In 3, 2, 1. Trevor Bayne easily wins that race. Jimmy Johnson falls into the ditch.
Next up, we have AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Larson. Let's see who will get a better finish. The billboard shut off. We'll get that next round. 3, 2, 1, go. Quite obviously, Kyle Larson, I almost said Bobby Labonte. AJ Allmendinger didn't even make it to the finish.
Bobby Labonte. Next, we have Paul Menard and Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's in a must-win situation to get to the playoffs as well. In 3, 2, 1. Paul Menard wins that race.
Next up is Brad Keselowski in his Miller Lite, and Daniel Suarez, the reigning champion of last season, in his Stanley car. In 3, 2, 1, go. Neither of them make it. Okay, technically the first round didn't count because we actually had them in the wrong lanes. This lane is actually the preferred line here at Darlington, and we had them switched around. Keselowski got a better qualifying time than Suarez. Suarez wrecked his car in qualifying. So let's see how this goes now. The first round didn't count. In 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna count it because he did roll back a bit.
Next, we have Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon. Both of these drivers outside the playoffs as of right now. He's in a must-win. He's not. He needs 2 great runs. Let's see if he can beat out Austin Dillon, or will Austin Dillon with the preferred line win? In 3, 2, 1. Oh, Austin Dillon, he can't make it. But did you see that wreck that happened? Let's show that on replay. The replay camera didn't catch it, but Austin Dillon had one heck of a wreck there as he was spinning out almost completely vertical with the track, it seemed like. You guys can rewind it to watch that wreck again. But he can't finish. He almost recovers to make a complete comeback. Kyle Busch has no competition for Austin Dillon. Let's race begin, though. They will have to switch lanes now as Kyle Busch gets the preferred lane in 3, 2, 1. Now Kyle Busch shoots up the middle, and Austin Dillon's chances of reclaiming or defending his title as the Southern 500 winner is over. Kyle Busch comes from behind, so Kyle Busch is doing exactly what he needs to do in this race, is get some points.
Next up, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with a throwback to Robert Yates, and Clint Boyer in just an all-blue paint job. Not sure if it's a throwback to anything specific. 3, 2, 1, go. Basically, what happened is Boyer was late off the line, and Boyer was late off the line, yet Stenhouse wrecked out, and he didn't even cross the finish line. So I guess it's a rerun. Boyer now has the preferred lane now. Hang on, let's get that billboard fixed. There we go, quick jump cut. Billboard is up and running. In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, Boyer wrecked it. He flipped his car. How did he even manage to roll it over without coming completely off the track? And Stenhouse didn't even make it to the finish line. The past 2 runs have just made me speechless. Now they've switched lanes again, and Stenhouse now has the preferred line. But if you haven't seen a previous A&R NASCAR video, if nobody makes it for the first 2 runs, then they redo it, but on the 3rd run, it's whoever goes furthest on the track. Let's see if somebody wrecks out on the outside lane again. 3, 2, 1. Something about that outside lane with these 2 cars. Stenhouse flipped over again, but stayed on the track this time. And Boyer will actually take the victory, even though he didn't get a great qualifying time. He actually took the preferred. He actually took the victory somehow because Stenhouse wrecked out, and there goes Stenhouse. He's not happy about Boyer winning, but Boyer will take the victory on this stage.
Next, we have Joey Logano still in search of his first win, and Ty Dillon. In 3, 2, 1. Joey Logano finishes the track, but rips up the finish line in the process. Ty Dillon will be eliminated in Stage 1. That is not something that we've seen almost at all in the first part of the season.
Next up is William Byron sporting the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme, and Denny Hamlin. Let's see who will win in 3, 2, 1, go. William Byron quite obviously won that. Denny Hamlin didn't even make it halfway down the straight.
Next, we have a couple of Stewart-Haas Racing teammates. Boyer, the first Stewart-Haas Racing driver to take the track, won. One Stewart-Haas Racing driver will be eliminated here because they're going up against each other. But anyway, they're going to go for 2 for 3 so far. Let's see who will win, Kurt Busch or Eric Almirola. 3, 2, 1. Kurt Busch had the preferred line. Eric Almirola came down on the inside but could not complete the track. We'll have to try again. And next, we have them rerunning. Now, look, they've switched lanes. So now, Eric Almirola has the preferred line, while Kurt Busch has to overcome that. Even though he qualified better, he has to overcome that obstacle. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, a huge wreck for Almirola. Kurt Busch doesn't finish. They're going to rerun again.
So here's the replay. You can see that Eric Almirola is this white car right there. And what he did was he took the turn too narrow, and he hit those little jut outs on the inside of the turn. One got him on 2 wheels, and then the other just sent his car over.
Here they are rerunning again. In 3, 2, 1. They keep it clean this time. Eric Almirola noses into the wall, and Kurt Busch takes the stage victory.
Currently with Hendrick Motorsports. My brain froze for a minute. For Hendrick Motorsports, they are currently 1-1. There's Jimmy Johnson that got eliminated in the first race, and William Byron, who has won against Hamlin. Now, both the remaining Hendrick drivers are going up against each other. We have Chase Elliott in his Kelly Blue Book, and Alex Bowman in his Nationwide. Let's see how they do against each other. In 3, 2, 1, go. That did not sound good, and Chase Elliott did not make the finish. Here we have the replay. You can see Alex Bowman on the preferred line. He takes the turn too narrow, and he took it narrow in such a way that he actually went down on the apron and couldn't keep turning. So he went up into the outside wall, flipped over, and then landed on the track below him. What a crazy crash for Bowman. They've switched lanes. Let's see them rerun in 3, 2, 1, go. And Chase Elliott, even though I think he had the preferred line. I don't know, but Chase Elliott will take the victory, quite obviously.
That's going to help the Nine's chase hopes. Now we have the 4 of Kevin Harvick, the Charlotte winner, and Jamie McMurray in the 1. In 3, 2, 1. Jamie McMurray does not finish the track, so they will swap lanes. Here they are, they've swapped lanes. Now let's see who will win. 3, 2, 1. Neither of them finish. So, we'll have to rerun. Here they are once again. Whoever goes farthest this round will be the winner. In 3, 2, 1. Jamie McMurray will take the victory.
Next up, we have Ryan Blaney versus Casey Kane. Let's see who will win. In fact, I think Casey Kane was the lowest qualifier. Actually, I think it was Eric Jones. Never mind about that. 3, 2, 1. Blaney wrecked. I'm not sure if I got that on camera, but Casey Kane did not cross the line. He only went about like 2/3 of the way down the straight, so they will be rerunning while have switching lanes. In 3, 2, 1. Ryan Blaney, even though he got hung up on my finger, still got better finish than Casey Kane, because Casey Kane wrecked out. That outside lane, man, it's not doing well for some drivers. And this will be the final. This will be the final race, against these two in 3, 2, 1. Ryan Blaney takes the victory.
Next, we have Eric Jones and Darrell Walsh Jr. Eric Jones won $1 million earlier this year in the All-Star race, and Bubba Wallace won at Pocono in 3, 2, 1. Eric Jones cruises to victory. That was a no-doubter.
Next up, we have Eric Jones versus Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne is in a pretty fast car. He swept all of Speed Week at Daytona. So let's see how he does here at a small track like Darlington. In 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that didn't go well. Next up, they have switched lanes, and Eric Jones now has the preferred line, but he's still up against Trevor Bayne. Pretty fast car. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Trevor Bayne makes it. Eric Jones tried to wreck him out, but it didn't have the momentum or the weight. Trevor Bayne just pushed him out of the way instead of actually getting spun out.
After that incredible run where Eric Jones almost beat out Trevor Bayne, we have Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney going to go at it in 3, 2, 1. Larson wins as Blaney spins.
Next up, we have Paul Menard versus Jimmy McMurray in 3, 2, 1, go. Paul Menard takes the victory here at Darlington.
Next, we have Chase Elliott trying to lock himself in the playoffs, as well as Brad Keselowski, who's solidified himself in the playoffs. 3, 2, 1. Keselowski hits the wall, but still manages to finish the track. He'll take the victory away from Chase Elliott.
Next up, we have a cute little sibling rivalry with the Busch brothers. We have Kurt Busch in the Rubbermaid Haas car, and Kyle Busch in the Skittles 18 car. Let's see who will win in 3, 2, 1, go. And I think Kyle Busch won that. Even though he didn't cross the line, I think he would have had momentum if his splitter didn't dig in. And Kurt Busch, not happy with that, rear ends him.
Next, we have Boyer versus Byron. Boyer looking for his third career win, and his third this season. Byron looking for his first. In 3, 2, 1. Boyer beats out Byron after losing the race to Austin Dillon last year. After wrecking out in the semi-finale, Boyer's looking to have some redemption and get that Darlington win he lost last year.
Next up, we have Trevor Bayne and Joey Logano in 3, 2... Spider! Don't worry, it's just a ring. In 3, 2, 1, go. Trevor Bayne takes the victory from Logano.
Larson versus Boyer in 3, 2, 1. Kyle Larson powers across the outside, and his blue car will win.
Next up, we have Kyle Busch, not Kyle Larson, and Paul Menard with the nice golden number on the side of his car there. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm gonna rerun them because Kyle Busch got hung up on my finger. From now on, I'm gonna probably do it like this. In 3, 2, 1. Yep, didn't change anything.
Next, we have BK versus TB. Trevor Bayne, Brad Keselowski are going to go at it here in 3, 2, 1. Trevor Bayne dominates. Brad Keselowski falls.
Our next race, I think this is the second to last race, is Kyle Larson versus Paul Menard in 3, 2, 1, go. And Kyle Larson takes the victory.
And for the finale here at Darlington Raceway, we have Kyle Larson in the number 42 at second in points, and Trevor Bayne seeking his second career win. Who will win the Bojangles Southern 500. In 3, 2, 1. And Kyle Larson crosses the finish line. Trevor Bayne bumps into him, and Kyle Larson gets his first career A&R NASCAR Cup Series victory. Wow, what a race. Kyle Larson beats out Trevor Bayne. Kyle Larson gets his first career win today after not making the playoffs last year, finishing 19th out of 20th in the standings. Kyle Larson comes back and gets his first career win, locks himself into the playoffs, and with this, he might, after the points are added up, he might just tie Ty Dillon for the points lead. Right before we sign off, here is the finishing order here at Darlington. Obviously, Kyle Larson is your winner. Matt DiBenedetto's having some fun. Trevor Bayne finishes second. Almost gets his second career win. Paul Menard, he is on the bubble for playoffs. He's literally, before this race, he was 1 point above the cut line. Brad Keselowski already solidified in the chase, doesn't have a problem. A top 5 finish for Kyle Busch, that'll give him some major points. Trying to overcome Eric Almirola, who had a mediocre run today. So things are looking in Kyle Busch's favor. Not in Elliott's or Almirola's favor, though. Kurt Busch with a solid run. Joey Logano with a solid run. So is William Byron, but the only thing that will help William Byron is a win. So Elliott in the top 10, but he needs a win to make the playoffs, it looks like, because of how well Kyle Busch did today. Other notable finishers: Alex Bowman, not a very good run today. Neither Eric Almirola. Denny Hamlin did not do what he needed to do. He is on the bubble as well. Looks like he will need a win next week at Indianapolis. Ty Dillon, the points leader, with the worst finish ever, I believe, for him in this series. Austin Dillon, still in a must-win as he cannot come back. Daniel Suarez, a major failure here today. And Jimmy Johnson finishes last. He's in a must-win. These 3 right here are in must-wins to be able to make the playoffs. But besides that, Kyle Larson wins. He's celebrating in victory lane. He can finally check off that winless box here at Darlington. So Chevy has won both of the Darlington races held in the A&R NASCAR Cup Series. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching the A&R NASCAR Cup Series Season 2. See you later.